We've got the inside line on why Jared Cannonier gets you paid this weekend, this time on
Dana! 60 G's, baby!
Welcome back to As a Betting Man. My name is Adrian, and with me today I have the reigning, defending, undisputed vegan champion of the world and our chief analyst, that is, of course, Brother Gaia. What's happening, Brother Gaia?
What's up?
Also with us today, ladies and gentlemen, the baddest man on the planet. We know him as Mr. Brazil. You might know him as George Jefferson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jedi Nice.
I'm right here.
What's happening, boys? It's UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Rodriguez, and we are here with your parlay picks. So without further ado, BG, take us away with your first pick, brother.
Okay, this weekend, because the fight card is not that stacked, there aren't that many fights to go and bet on. I decided to put together a 3 parlay. I'm going to start with the first one, which is basically just a straight up money line. I'm going to go with Jedi Cannonier to beat RoboCop. I don't know how he gets the job done, but something just tells me that he's gonna do it. I know in the preview I was talking about RoboCop hyping up that he could knock out Cannonier and get the job done, but this is a 5-round fight, and 5-round fights is a different ballgame to train for. This is the first time that Rodriguez is going to fight 5 rounds, so I am for that reason I'm gonna have to go with Cannonier. Man, he's just got the experience. He's been in 5-round wars majority of his career in the UFC, so I'm gonna go with Cannonier to get the job done there. And then on that parlay, this is going to be a Aka 4, so I'm gonna go with Zalal to beat Calvin Kattar. Even though we know Calvin Kattar, the at Fight French is a very good boxer. He has more experience over Zalal, but Zalal has been on a tear since his return to the UFC. In his last 3 fights, he's been absolutely amazing, short of spectacular. And then after that, I'm gonna bet on the 2 ladies on that's taking place between Caitlin Souza and Angela Hill. It's a pick'em fight, which is very, very surprising to me. I think that Caitlin Souza, if she fights anything the way she fought in the last fight against Jasmine Jaregi, I think she's gonna walk through Hill if she fights anything like that. However, there is one thing about the Brazilian fighters; they do struggle with weight cuts notoriously. So if anything happens to the weight cut for Caitlin Souza, if she has a very bad weight cut, I can see her losing the fight, maybe conceding round 2 and round 3, and Hill wins by decision. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Souza's going to go out there and probably get the job done in the first round and probably tapping out Hill. And then lastly, another women's fight. It is the opening bout of the fight card between Julia Avila against Cavalcante. And I think Julia Avila is the biggest underdog on the fight card of the night. And I personally believe that she's got the fight style to beat Cavalcante. Cavalcante is a very good striker. She's a fantastic kickboxer, powerful. But I have seen her look a bit sort of human towards round 2 and 3 when people grapple against her. And when they actually take her down and they wrestle with her, she looks very much like a fish out of water. And I think Julia, because she's predominantly a wrestler, I think her style can be the exact style to beat Cavalcante, and that's why I'm going to bet on her. So, what that odds are for those 4 bets in total gives me an odds of 151.87 odds or 1.51. And my stake that I'm putting on that bet is 20 Rand, which will give me a payout of 3,158 Rand and 17 cents. It's a massive paycheck for something like that, I think.
Very nicely done, BG. May the force be with you. Gonna go to George Jefferson now for his first bet. Jedi, take it away.
This man just made the yellow bets. Was that one bet?
That was one parlay. Yeah.
Okay, quiet, man. So yeah, I feel that it's an exciting card for some Oaks to catapult themselves up the rankings. There's a lot on stake for both Cannonier and RoboCop. I'm only gonna bet on the co-main and main event for this card. I think that
Sorry,
I like
Jedi.
Cannonier.
Sorry,
He's
Jed.
hectic. Yeah.
Eddie, can you mute yourself while myself and Jedi are talking? We feed back into your computer. Thank you. Go, Jedi.
No worries. Yeah, Cannonier has been exciting. He's been around. He's lots of people like him and whatever. He's 40 years old though, so
Yeah.
I feel like he's on his end. And as you said earlier, RoboCop has the momentum. and he's younger and he likes to fight at a very high pace. I know it is
Yeah.
a 5 round fight, but I don't think it's gonna go 5 rounds. I think RoboCop is gonna finish him within 3 rounds. So I'm going with RoboCop for the win there.
Mm.
Because I just don't know how Cannonier is gonna beat him, as you said. Um, and then for the co-main event, I mean, we all know Calvin Kate has also been around for a long time, fighting a lot of the
Yeah.
top guys in the division, but falling short. And he's kind of that gatekeeper for the top tier in the
Yeah.
featherweight. The Lal is a wild, fun, exciting dude.
Kevin Hart.
Um, that's been dropped before from the UFC for losing 3 in a row, and then now he's
True.
back, right?
Yeah.
Kato also just lost 3 in a row, but he's still around. Different story because he's a top guy.
Mm.
Um, it's an interesting fight. I mean, the bookies has got Zalal overwhelming favorite to win this fight.
Shocking.
And if you know Calvin Keita, he's a very durable dude. He's never been finished before. So it's going to be a lot for Zalal to beat him. It's going to be a lot to also bet against Keita. So I'm going with Keita for that one just because he's priced really well. So Keita
Yeah.
and Robocop, 2 straight wins. It's like almost 5 or 6 to
Yeah.
1.
Yes.
Um,
6.6.
yeah. And I'll just put an easy 50 on that. Chill,
Okay.
bro.
Nice. So they could pay out. Okay, you can come back in there, AD. Are you betting on Cannonier to lose, Jed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
Okay, so
The-
just to confirm, Jedi's parlay there. It's Robocop on the money line, Calvin Kate on the money line, and the stake is 50 rand. The payout is 373 rand 0.75.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Win.
I'm also hoping for. Well, yeah, I'll let you guys know in a second. But anyway, BG, you can take us away for your second parlay. I believe this was the safety.
Yes, so second parlay is a safety one. Obviously with the budgets given from Fighting with Friends for 100 rand for all of us to put down. So I'm splitting it up. That's why I have 3 parlays. My second parlay is the safe bet parlay. This is Cannonier. I'm betting on Cannonier and Rodriguez to actually go the distance in the event that neither of the guys get finished. There's always that slight chance because Cannonier is durable enough to go the 5 rounds. I'm not too sure if Rodriguez can go 5 rounds, but if it goes past the 3rd round, I think Cannonier might just will most likely win the fight by a decision or stoppage after that. With stoppage, I'll be very surprised, but I can see it going the distance if it goes past the 3rd round. So I'm betting that one down. I think Calvin Keita and Yusuf Zalal as well to go the distance. Jed just mentioned that Calvin Keita is one of the most difficult guys to put away. He's extremely durable. Max took him to the ringer and he still didn't get knocked out in that fight. I mean, he's been through hell and high water to a lot of guys and he hasn't been finished. So that says a lot. And Zalal, his striking is okay. One of his best moves is a jumping knee. And you can't really throw a jumping knee that often. You know what I mean? He's very good at wrestling and submission game. I mean, his last 3 wins have been submission. But when I'm watching on his stand-up game, he doesn't really use that much boxing combinations. He relies a lot on heavy kicks and stepping knees. That's his go-to. Other than that, he likes to grapple. And if Aljamain Sterling, who I think is a better grappler than Yusuf, couldn't do anything to Calvin Keita other than just hold him on the ground, I don't know if Yusuf can actually tap him out. And for that reason, I'm going to go for another to the distance. The fight is going to go the distance. And then 80. And those two odds, those two bets together will give me a total odds of 8.22. Slapping 20 rand on that one as well with a payout of 167 rand.
Yo.
Cheers.
Elements. Yeah.
There we go. Just to confirm, BG's safety bet is Cannonier and Rodriguez to go the distance. I honestly am betting the other way.
Yeah, and
So
Jed,
let me get into mine quickly, and then Jed, you
please.
can let us. Jed, you didn't say, was that your only one, right? You didn't want to
No.
do anything else this week, okay? All right. So
No, go one
before
more.
we, yeah,
There's one
I
more.
got
you got one more, okay? So I think, all right, Jed, you go.
yeah, the other bet is gonna be Salah via sub Will the Cannonier win for
Lal by
easy
a
25?
sub. That's a good pathway for Zalal to win the fight. It really is. But one thing about Calvin Keita, he's a really good defensive fighter. He knows how to defend. Grappling. His striking defense, I question that because he's got a very traditional boxing stance, and ook said guys that like to kick the leg and deep kicks, high kicks, kind of make Calvin Keita look a bit normal. He struggles to deal with guys like that.
So yeah, big bet here. Zalal by sub Cannonier on the money line. That is odds of 9.42. That's liquor. And how much are you putting on that, Jedi?
25.
$25. And 25 is a payout of 239. Payout
Nice.
239. So
It's just
That's
like,
a-
how's he gonna beat RoboCop though, bro? RoboCop is gonna move him.
Robocop gets tired, man. He slows down like quite a bit because of his pace and style of fight.
I have a
However,
memory of seeing Robocop being finished, and I feel like either
yes, he
Robocop's
did get
going to finish
finished.
Cannonier, he's either going to finish Cannonier inside 3 or Cannonier is going to finish him late in 4 and 5.
Yeah,
That's what, so
I've also
I really don't see it going the distance for me.
I've also seen Robocop get finished before. So he's been on a tear at the moment. But I've also seen his fights don't go that long, man. It's very rare you see him go past 2 rounds. And when he does, his last fight against Duncan, he did look okay. Like I was surprised to see how good he looked in that third round. Normally he's tanked after 2 rounds. Yeah, dude, that man he fights so intensely. Robocop fights so intense with such a heavy pace. It's shocking to see him move at that pace for 2 rounds, bro. It's surprising because he's massive. It's a massive middleweight.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, is that your final parlay, Jedi?
Yeah, I'm Joel. I'm good with that.
So there we go. Zalal by sub Cannonier on the money line, odds of 9.42, absolutely massive. So I'm quickly going to sneak mine in here before BG goes ahead with the main course, which is the wild card. So I am in for Cannonier Rodriguez not to go the distance, like I was saying there. I'm also going to go Zalal and Keita to go the distance. And then I'm also going to go Ketlin Souza to beat Angela Hill on the money line just because, again, I can't believe that fight is a pick 'em. And I feel like
Yeah,
that's easy money on this card because I do
good
feel like
odds.
Angela was washed. Ketlin Souza's got a lot more to fight for. So, yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's quite certain for me, I think. So, yeah,
yeah.
that's putting all my stack on that. Stake of 100 rand payout is 381 rand. So nothing too over the top, but I do need to start making money back because just to remind you guys, ladies and gentlemen, myself, BG, and Babu are all on minus 200. Cheddar, of course, last week winning with a safety bet, 149 rand on Dricus Duplessis and Zhang Wei Li. So Jedi is currently on 50 rand, but myself, BG, and Babu are solidly in the red here. So time to start playing some smart money. But speaking of smart money, tell them about your wild parlay.
Smart money. I'm then making 100 bets here. And it's like, why is this man making so many bets? My wild card bet is pretty much it's a wild card because of what I'm betting on, but it's also to cover up if the safety bet doesn't hit, basically. And the wild card bet is just two simple bets. Jared Cannonier to win via TKO or KO. That odds is set at 4.25. And then I also have Zalal to win via sub. And that odds is set at 3.25. Give me a total odds of 13.81. I slapped $60 on that, which is the total 100 budget that was given. And my payout is 844 rand. If it hits, and I have a good feeling about that one. I do have a good feeling because I do think if it goes past the third round, like we've seen the whole episode so far, Cannonier is probably going to get Rodriguez out of there, either round 4 or round 5. And Zalal, if he is on the hot streak that he is, and he's coming in with the kind of energy that he's been coming in with since being back in the UFC, then I think he's going to beat Calvin Gator. I think he's going to stop him. I do think he's going to stop him, and I got a feeling it's going to be via sub. Probably rock Calvin Gator hard with a knee, an elbow, because he fights very good kickboxing style, heavy on the bouncing, that bouncy feet stance, and that's hard to fight a moving target like Zalal. So even Topuria struggled to hit him, to really hit him. So I think Zalal, if he times catered really well, he can get the job done.
Yes.
Sub in the third round, sub in the second round, maybe.
I don't know. I think they're both very durable. I think Babu did mention on the preview that, like you said, Tapuria throws heat, bro. Was unable to finish as well. Keita's always been durable. Jedi said never been finished. I wasn't sure if that's true. But
I think
did
that's
look
true,
at his
yeah.
record. I saw that he hasn't been finished many times. Because I did see a few finishes, but I think that was wins. I just kind of looked at his record in general when it came to finishing, because that's what I was betting on. But yeah, that is everything.
Oh yeah, he lost. Oh no, Allen knocked him out.
There you
That was
go.
the only one. That was the only finish he had. The only fight where he got finished.
Yeah. So yeah, that is pretty much everything, boys. Any final thoughts from Jedi over there? Jedi, any final thoughts for the people?
Black
Yeah,
Java.
start playing safe bets here, bro, so we can grow the bank before we can start betting bigger amounts.
Very wise
Yeah.
words there, Jedi. PG,
Thanks.
3G, 3D.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting paid this weekend, bro. I have a feeling that my bets are gonna pull through. At least one of the 3 parlays is gonna hit.
Hope so. And I'm, of course, in the same boat. Also hoping that my parlay is hit this week. But ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments who you're betting on this week. We might ride along with you. Thank you very much for the love and support. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers. We'd be very grateful if you could help us make that happen. So from myself, BB, BG, Jedi Knight, all of us here at the CPS Sports, have a wonderful week. Enjoy the fights. Almost weekend. We'll see you next time on Fighting with Friends.
Cheers.